The Slieve League is a mountain on the northern Atlantic coast located in County Donegal. It's about 2,000 feet above the coast with a well-marked and reasonably user-friendly trail to the summit. What I wished I had known at the time is that you can't take a private auto to the parking lot. It's best to get bus tickets at the gift shop up the road and save the time and extra walking for when you get to the trailhead. It is Friday the 5th of July and we are at Donegal Castle in Donegal, Ireland. Nancy enjoying the castle after several days of trial and tribulation traveling. Inside the first floor, just past the entrance. This must be the great room, dining room, not sure what. Beautiful hearth over there. That's what it looked like back in the day. Beautiful craftsman on there on that wood roof. That's probably part of the restoration. A little bit of a panoramic view of the yard. And that's what's left of the old fortress wall. It's come down, they didn't bother to restore it, so, but it used to be at least as high as that upper level. The drive from Donegal to Westport was beautiful and fortunately uneventful. I say that because the driving in Ireland can at times be very slow and stressful. Keene Beach is located on a keel island in County Mayo, about 65 kilometers from Westport. The beach itself is picturesque, but nowhere near what we actually wanted to see, which was the Cliffs of Moher. Unfortunately, we couldn't find a safe road to get out to the cliffs, nor did we have the time to hike out to them either. The Marisk Friary is a ruined Augustinian monastery located in County Mayo, about 10 kilometers from Westport. Established in the 15th century, it marks the start of the Croagh-Patrick pilgrimage with great views of the peak to the south. Finally, a decent picture of Croagh-Patrick. It is Sunday, July the 7th, and we are at the Cliffs of Moher. And man, do they look a lot different than they were the last time we were here. About blew away then. The Cliffs of Moher are a top tourist attraction located in County Clare. The cliffs themselves are picturesque, but certainly not as spectacular as what I saw at the Cliffs of Donegal. As for photographing the cliffs, I wished I would have had the time to stay until sunset because that's when I would have gotten the best pictures and avoided the crowds. The Bunratty Castle has a long and storied history, having first been built in the 13th century. The current castle is the fourth and final structure built on this site. The current castle was restored in 1954 and furnished with 15th and 16th century tapestries and hand-carved furnishings. Nowadays, it's the site of a festive banquet and evening of entertainment put on by the Shannon Historical Society. We are headed to the banquet at the Bunratty Castle. We did this a few years ago when we came to Ireland, and that's it. And this is the upstairs where they've got entertainment, and they're serving mead. Honey wine.
Is that a challenge? We'll find out.
Bunratty Castle, madrigal singing was a very popular form of entertainment, and now a madrigal from the entertainers of the household.
We know ye come
from far and wide to at a table dine, so let your joy be unconfined. As freely flows the wine, as freely flows the wine.
Monday the 8th of July, and we are at the Quinn Priory and Abbey. The Quinn Priory has had a difficult and complex history with many iterations of the Abbey since the 1200s. Originally there was a church built on the site, but it burned in 1278 and was replaced 3 years later by a castle. The Franciscan friars turned the site into an abbey in the 14th century, where it was used for their purposes until 1820. Eventually it fell into ruin and was taken over by the government, where it became a national monument. Today, one can still see the remains of the castle and parts of the towers and the corners, as the friary was built within the castle ruins. Dingle is Ireland's westernmost peninsula. It's a scenic area perfectly suited for long walks and bike rides. Unfortunately, we were limited on time, so we could only drive the area and visit the town of Dingle and take a few pictures of the countryside. The Ring of Kerry is a 179-kilometer circular tourist route in County Kerry. It's a well-known attraction that takes visitors through scenic landscapes, charming towns, and historic sites. Everyone who goes to Ireland wants to do the Ring of Kerry, if they have access to a car or on a bus tour. The route traditionally starts in Killarney, passing through towns like Kinmare, Sneem, Cahersiveen, Waterville, Glen Bay, and Kilorglin. The route is a bit arduous and time-consuming. In Ireland, there can be no such thing as getting in a hurry. The roads are narrow and there are no shoulders. Instead of shoulders, Ireland has these 4-foot rock walls that are built precariously too close to the roadway. One false move and you'll be sideswiping one of these walls with your rental car. In Waterville, we had lunch at the Lobster Bar and Restaurant, where the food was excellent and reasonably priced. In Sneem, we stopped and enjoyed ice cream and shopped for souvenirs. As expected, the scenery along the way was beautiful, and we were able to take some great pictures. Without question, the highlight of our trip was the cruise from Port McGee to Skellig Michael Island. The Skellig Islands are 2 uninhabited rocky islets off the southwestern coast of Ireland. Skellig Michael is known for its well-preserved early Christian monastery. The site, reached by steep steps, includes stone beehive-shaped huts, oratories, and crosses. It is Thursday, the 11th of July. We are getting ready to go to Michael Skellig Island. To the northeast, the island of Little Skellig is home to a large colony of gannets, large white birds with black wingtips, long necks, and pointed beaks, tails, and wings. They are known for their spectacular dives into the sea to catch fish, reaching speeds of up to 60 miles per hour. We have landed and we're going to be heading up this trail, hopefully the top to the Abbey. Nancy getting pictures of the puffins. Little Skellig Island over there. Up and away. To reach the monastery, you have to climb about 700 feet of steep, rocky steps. The climbing isn't difficult. You just have to take your time and watch your step. Taking your time, however, is no problem as the photographic opportunities are spectacular and limitless. Skellig Michael is the site of an old Irish monastery, believed to have been started sometime in the 6th century. It's one of the most famous and impressive sites from the ancient Christian world, which can still be seen today in its original and true form. The monastery and associated buildings the monks built on Skellig were occupied for over 600 years. It's believed that the site was abandoned in the 13th century and only used as a place of pilgrimage during the summer months and the years thereafter. Thousands of puffins breed on Skellig Michael during the warmer months. Puffins are small seabirds with a comical appearance, known for their large, brightly colored bills and stocky bodies. It is Friday the 14th of July, and we are at the Rock Castle in Killarney National Park, and we're going to take a tour about 12:15. Rock Castle is a 15th century tower house that was built on the edge of Loch Linn in what is now Killarney National Park. It's the ancestral home of the chieftains of the O'Donoghue clan. The castle was one of the last to surrender to Oliver Cromwell during the Irish Confederate Wars that took place from 1641 to 1653. It was the most destructive conflict in Irish history and resulted in the loss of 200 to 600,000 lives. The grounds around the castle are great for taking pictures, and in the garden behind the castle there's a snack bar that sells, among other things, hot chocolate and great scones. The Muckross House and Gardens are worth seeing if you've got the time. The gardens are beautiful, but we'd seen both attractions before, so we couldn't justify the time for a rerun. This is Muckross Abbey, a little bit of a walk from the parking lot, but worth the effort. What can be seen at the Muckross Abbey are the ruins of a Franciscan friary that was founded in the 15th century and is in a good state of preservation. And it is Sunday the 13th or 14th of July, and we are at the Rock of Cashel, and this is where a number of Irish kings were crowned. The Rock of Cashel is one of Ireland's most spectacular and most visited tourist attractions. Set on a dramatic outcrop of limestone, the Rock of Cashel is iconic in its historic significance. It possesses the most impressive cluster of medieval buildings in all of Ireland. Among the monuments to be found there is a round tower, a high cross, a Romanesque chapel, a Gothic cathedral, an abbey, and a 15th century tower house. This time we're here, there's no scaffolding, so I guess they're done with the restoration work, at least for now. Originally the seat of the kings of Munster, according to legend, St. Patrick himself came here to convert King Angus to Christianity. In 1101, the site was granted to the church, and Cashel became one of the most significant centers of ecclesiastical power in all of Ireland. Today, the Rock of Cashel is still one of the most impressive sites in Ireland, and it's a photographer's dream for taking dramatic photos of the area. This is a tapestry depicting the crowning of the Irish kings. And that is the town of Cashel, where we are staying tonight. A lot bigger than I can remember.